Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. For our guest here today, I am Mike Sinclair. I'm principal of Brazier Middle College Charter High School. And in August of 2006, I was blessed with the opportunity to work with a planning committee to open a brand new charter high school and a community development center in downtown Greenville. That year, we only had 100 freshmen, but we had a ton of ideas. Today, we are setting the bar for student achievement and teacher performance in the state of South Carolina, and quite often for schools around our country. The 422 students that are gathered here today and the more than 600 on our waiting list are a testament to the hard work of the Brazier Board of Directors, the staff, the parents, and our alumni. We're also thankful for the partnerships we have formed with our fellow charter schools, with the district staff members, with state leaders, and associations around our country. Specifically, I want to welcome our guests. Some are on either side of me and some are sitting by the door. We have representatives from the South Carolina House of Representatives, from the Greenville County Council. We have our Simpsonville Mayor. We have representatives from Greenville County School District, from the South Carolina TAP Office, and from the Brazier Board of Directors. And we thank you for being here. We also have several members of the media, and I'd like to express our sincere appreciation for your support over the years. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Ms. Reed Pillar. She will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
As State Superintendent of Education, Dr. Nick Zase oversees the operation of more than 1,200 public schools, nearly 59,000 teachers and administrators, 730,000 students, and a budget of $3.8 billion. Dr. Zase grew up in a military family, attending 10 public schools in 12 years. His parents met while both were high school teachers. Before winning public election as the 17th State Superintendent of Education, he served as president of Newberry College for 10 years. A graduate of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, he served 31 years of active duty in the United States Army, retiring as a brigadier general. He also served as a professor at West Point, teaching leadership, organizational behavior, and management consulting. In addition to a Bachelor's of Science degree in engineering from West Point, Dr. Zase earned Master of Science and doctorate degrees in social psychology and organizational behavior from the University of Washington and a master's degree in military history from the Science of Advanced Military Studies at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. He was also a research fellow in national security studies at the National Defense University in Washington, D.C., and earned an honorary doctorate from the Citadel. Dr. Zase's military awards include the Distinguished Service Medal, the Defense Superior Service Medal, the Legion of Merit, the Bronze Star, the Meritorious Service Medal, the Air Medal, the Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal, the Humanitarian Service Medal, the Ranger, Airborne, and Combat Infantry's badges, and the South Carolina Meritorious Service Medal. If you'll please welcome Dr. Nick Zase.
Pleased to be here. This is such a wonderful school. As you heard, there's over 1,200 schools in our South Carolina network. And one day a week I like to go out and visit schools. And, I've discovered that schools are like people. They're all different. All different. Now you might think, well, a small elementary school in a rural setting with a certain level of poverty would be like a similar elementary school. But they're no more alike than two sisters growing up in the same household or two brothers in the same home. They're all different. This school is absolutely one of my favorite schools because of what you have been able to achieve and the organizational culture that's focused on academic success, not as an end in itself, but as a means to achieve life success. But the more successful you are in high school, the more successful you're going to be in college. The more successful in college you are, the more successful you are going to be in life. When I think back on my years in schooling, I recall the teachers who had an influence on me and who motivated me. They had a profound influence on my adult life as well as on my childhood life. John Stam taught English and math to me in both 8th and 9th grades. And after family members probably had more influence on my life than anyone I can recall. There were other teachers who had a significant impact on my future and the course that my life took. Those teachers were special, and they not only gave me the foundation that I needed to succeed in school, but they taught me to think creatively, to act responsibly, and to apply the stuff that I learned in the classroom to real life outside the classroom. In summary, they made me a better person, and that's what great teachers do. After the home environment, this teacher is the single most important factor in the quality of a student's education. One of our top teachers will impart on average about 18 months of learning in one academic year. Teachers are to medicine, or are to education what doctors are to medicine. That is, the providers of the service for which the institution exists. When everything in education is boiled down to its essence, what we're left with is a teacher in a classroom with students. And what happens in that classroom makes all the difference. Great teachers not only impart information, they make learning both interesting and fun. They motivate students as well as teach students. In short, great teachers make a significant impact every day. Because students will follow where teachers lead, we must have effective teachers in every classroom. Research shows that the greatest teachers can and do change lives every month and every year for many, many students. Now we're here to celebrate the accomplishments of your wonderful school and the students in this school. To help me, I have a friend who's here, Dr. Gary Stark. Dr. Stark is here today to tell us more about effective teachers and leaders in our schools and the impact that they can have on students. Dr. Stark is President and Chief Executive Officer of the National Institute for Excellence in Teaching. He and his team work to help states and districts and even individual schools, like Russia Middle College, to help principals and teachers excel so that their students can excel. They do this through two well-known programs. Some of you may have heard of the TAP program that your teachers are under, which helps develop the effectiveness of your teachers and helps make them better teachers. And Dr. Stark's Institute, the National Institute for Excellence in Education, sponsors that program. They also sponsor a second program called the Best Practices Center, which helps districts and schools and states develop educator evaluation systems. See, the grading doesn't stop when you get out of school. When you get a real job, you get a report card too. It's just your work evaluation. They help districts and states develop these evaluation systems, and they also provide professional development for teachers and educators. Dr. Stark is here today representing the Milken Family Foundation. This foundation is based all the way out in Santa Monica, California. For more than 30 years, the Milken Foundation has been working to strengthen K-12 education across the country. Dr. Stark is here with some exciting news for all of us. So let's give him a nice South Carolina.
Good students for such a wonderful welcome when I arrived earlier today. As a former school principal, I know assemblies are great opportunities to show off your great school, your great teachers, and your great students. And I must say, it's all been very impressive. So thank you very much for allowing me to spend some time with you this afternoon. I've traveled here today for two reasons. First, I'd like to communicate a very important message. And second, I'd like to share some very exciting news that Dr. Zais mentioned. The message is about the critical role that teachers and principals play in our society. I believe that teachers and principals have the most important job in America today, as they have the most important responsibility to educate all of you. When I was in school, I was fortunate to have many outstanding teachers and principals, and they helped prepare me for life and for opportunities in my future. Research tells us that the single most important factor affecting student achievement is the quality of the teacher in the classroom. So we know without a doubt that good teachers make a difference. Why don't we take a moment right now to recognize the staff here at your school. I would like to ask all the teachers to stand, the support staff, the principal, the school board, all those that are involved in this school. Please stand, and students, let's give them a round of applause. These are the people who work so hard to give you the kind of education that you will need moving forward. You know, we should say thank you and recognize our outstanding educators more often. After all, as a society, we are quick to recognize greatness in other professions. We do it in sports with Olympic gold medals and Most Valuable Player awards. We do it in entertainment with Oscars and Emmys and MTV awards. We do it in science and literature with Nobel Prizes. But think, isn't it odd that the one profession that prepares all other professions hasn't been a part of such celebration and recognition? That's why a man named Lowell Milken, chairman of the Milken Family Foundation, created a program 25 years ago to honor great educators. This program is called the Milken Educator Awards. These awards say, in a very public way, that greatness in education should be recognized. Milken educators are being presented all across the country this month, and what's so exciting about today is we're going to present one of these awards at your school today. Now, it's only natural when someone starts to tell you about an award, you want to know, what do you get, right? So I'm going to tell you what you get with this award. The first thing you get, the educator gets one big surprise, because we have kept this a total secret. There are no nominations for this award. You can't apply for this award. We find you. The second thing you get is a lot of celebration and recognition, as evidenced by the distinguished guests that we have here today, by the media, the cameras, but most importantly, because all of you are here. The third thing the educator gets is they join a team of over 2,600 educators that have received this award in the past. And we'll meet some of those educators later in the program. And finally, the recipient gets a financial prize. Who knows what a financial prize means? Money, very good. Yes, it means money. I would like to show you exactly how much a financial prize is. I believe we have some help from our student body. Let's see the numbers here. That's right. The recipient of this award receives a financial prize of $25,000, and the person is free to use this amount of money any way he or she It's their money. Yes, $25,000 is a lot of money, students, but the award means much more than money. To all educators, the award says you are doing important work. To this community, the award spotlights the great things happening all across this school and district. To the students, the award says we value educators, and we hope you consider a career in education. Students, think of the amazing difference you could make in the next generation by choosing to become a teacher or a principal. Okay, now it's time to share with you the very exciting news for today. I would like to ask your State Superintendent of Education, Dr. Zace, to come back to the podium to make this announcement of the newest Milken Educator.
Let's give a great big hand and celebrate the recognition of Principal Mike Sinclair.
Now I'm going to let Mike catch his breath for a minute. Okay? It's hard to have a surprise from the building principal. Okay, so he's been fighting us on this surprise. We weathered the storm and pulled this off. I do not believe he knew about this, so I'm sure he's shocked and maybe a little mad at us. I don't know. But at this time, Mike, I would like to introduce you to some past winners of this award. They're going to come forward and introduce themselves and tell you about their awards, and then we'll let you speak to your school here, okay? Milken Educator, will you please come forward? Let's everyone give them a round of applause.
My name is Gresham Brown, and I work for Greenville County Schools, and I was a Milken Educator Award winner in the year 2010. So, Mr. Sinclair, it has been a wonderful experience being part of the Milken family. It's a wonderful experience being connected to other educators who are innovative and working hard. And so, welcome to the family. It is great to have you.
I am from Gaston County in North Carolina. I traveled here today to be part of your celebration. I teach kindergarten. I've taught kindergarten for 17 years, and I was a Milken Educator recipient in 2004. So welcome to the Milken family. I'm currently teaching in Athens, Tennessee, but I received the Milken Educator Award last year in Greenville County in 2012. So it won't be real for quite some time. And even a year after, it's still a shock. So enjoy it and congratulations.
Good afternoon. I'm Shay Woolman, and I'm familiar to a few of the students here. I was a 1998 Milken Educator. Well, needless to say, I did not teach any of you in 1998, but I did work very closely. I'm an instructional coach now at Simpsonville Elementary here in Simpsonville, And there are 3 boys in particular, and there may be more that I work with. Would you 3 please stand? You are so special to me. Bryce, Ford, come up with innovative ways. But what Mike does not know, I have to call him Mike, I'm sorry, is that there's so much ahead of him. The Milken Award is an award that keeps on giving. It was many years ago in 1998 when I first got my surprise, but it continues. The family grows every year, and everyone is such an outstanding educator. Congratulations and welcome to the family.
Tell you what a pain in the behind your principal has been for the past 2 weeks. Anybody that wants stories, just come see me afterwards. But I'm Regina Orweta. I received the Milken Award in 2006 in Greenville County. At that time, I was principal at Tigerville Elementary. And currently, I work with the South Carolina TAP team, and I am the regional master teacher who works here with your school and with the teachers, your mentor master teachers, and your principal and assistant principal. And I absolutely love Brazier and Mike. Congratulations.
Thank you, Milken educators, for being here today and welcoming Mike to the Milken Educator Award. So at this time, Mr. Sinclair, please come to the podium and say a few words for us.
I don't get real emotional, but for about 4 or 5 years, this school really became my life. And my family picked up a lot of slack because I was setting the future for you. And the future that I set for you, I think, is real bright. And I love you for trusting us, that you come to school here and you work hard, and all the relationships we formed. Is Teresa Kaiser here? She was going to come. Teresa was on our planning board, and 5 people picked the school up when no one really was at the time. And Teresa and 4 others had trust and hired me. We didn't know where we were going to have school that first year, to be very honest. We had a meeting in a gym downtown, and we made some promises, thoughts, and we had an overwhelming supportive group that came out. Fred Crawford was there to support us as a sister school at Greenville Tech Charter. And then Stuart McAllister's over there, became our first board chairman, and this building was really a labor of love from the 2 of us working on some of this stuff. But it's all intentional, and it's what I try to instill in you guys, is nothing's an accident, everything's on purpose, and you have to set your future. This was a hard surprise, and I know Trina and Regina and Dennis and several others, because I was just, all right, there's a crew here really early at 11:30. What does that mean? Okay, there's another crew, they got New York plates. Why they got New York tags up? The media center's clear. What does that mean? I'm texting my wife, what do you know that I don't know? And she has to live with me, but that's just kind of what happened. But man, they did a good job. They did a good job. And I appreciate them. I appreciate all the support from our staff. You've heard it a million times. People don't know me. They know what our students do. And what our students do is because of what you do. People see statistics on a page. And students, you are that statistic. And I only look as good as you do. And I am very blessed that I get to go and speak and represent you. And I truly mean that. If it wasn't for you and your hard work and your dedication and your performance, people wouldn't care who I was. And so this honor, this overwhelming honor, to be quite frank with you, is because of what you do. And so this all sits in your lap. And so as exams at the college are finishing this week and high school's exams come up, I just want you to understand that you are Brazier. Brazier that people know might be my name in this building. It's the Brazier that I know as you. And you truly are special. You're going to change the world. You're going to be different. And it's because of your hard work. So I accept this honor with pride, but I accept it because of what my students and teachers do. So.
Thank you, Mr. Sinclair, to all the teachers at this school, and all the educators. There's so many great educators in this building. I'm sure we'll be back to give away more awards. I wish we could give several away to that. I know we have many deserving teachers. But for this year, Mr. Sinclair will represent our award, represent your school, and represent the state as a Milken Educator Award winner. We're very thankful for that. Students, thank you for your attention and hospitality this afternoon. And again, we certainly hope you consider a career in education. Thank you.
Can we have one last round of applause for Mr. Sinclair? Students, if you'll just hang tight just a second, we want to invite all of our special guest dignitaries, everybody